Okay. So that was covering the idea of we were going to see the comforter show up as we see in the sign of comfort here. In the sign of comfort, over in the comforter that they're sending, obviously, is Jupiter here at the end. Just so you know, that's the comforter that's going to be sent. That's what's going to bring us resurrection, just like in the end over there. Even though we're seeing that original Jupiter sign early up front, the sign of the comforter is about the sign of redemption and the salvation as it is at the end. That's the important moment, the key moment. Same over here, because that's what Jupiter is showing up here in this storyline. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for it at the front here. Just so you're kind of curious. So we're going to move into the second plague, and we're going to see that Mercury is going to enter into it next. And we're going to see it is in 1295. And so we'll go ripping through here. And here comes Mercury on time, picking up God's wrath. And so there's our Mercury dealt with. So we got 1, 2. Now we got a few more left over here to kind of take on. And well, just so we do it, the next one here we're looking at is still in 1295, but it's further on at the 12th month. I won't bore you with all that stuff. Shortchange it. So we're coming into 11. We are going to, I know we saw Venus, but just like we did on the other one, we are going to ignore Venus. Venus is the gift that they gives us. We are going to pick it up as Mercury coming in here, and well, we do. There's Mercury coming in there. And so there's another bowl, and so this one is the lice, and thank God we don't have that. So now we got the flies that are coming in here in 1294. What is it? We're gonna go forward. There's Mercury going in there, 2-8, and gathering that about God's wrath about 225, but entering in there on the 8th, and that is the plague of the flies. Gross. We're gonna go over to Exodus 9. The next one is gonna be the plague of the death of livestock, and again, nothing ever happened to Israel during this phase. What was it? 329. And oh, here comes Mars falling in. And Mars accomplishes it. Enters in 329, finishes off in 4 something there. What was it? 426 finally gets accomplished there, and that's when the livestock finally die. The next thing we have are the sixth plague, and it's the boils. And so lo and behold, that's showing up in the 12th month. And there's Mercury. And whoops, hold on. Alright, we're gonna ignore Venus. And here comes Mercury. And oh, sorry. That was a double Mercury there. Because tricky. That's the 12. Because we're just looking at what we just saw here was this one. But we've got to go back here. And what we'll see is there we go. There's the first Mercury going in there. And here's the second one that shows up here right again, a different one as well. And so he put the sixth plague here, and the boils. Sorry, and this one very close to each other. And we're about to move to the eighth plague, and we're going to see Mercury showing up. 22-1292. So we're going to go up here. And so here's Mercury entering in. Boom. And this is the plague of the locusts, which we have a mirror of. That's going to be a fake alien invasion for us. It's going to be like the demon army in there. A demon army of sorts, some sort of like. Anyways, bad news. They're going to be like angels of light. So, I don't know if they're actually demons. So, anyways, the last one, well, they're going to be of demonic origin. Let's put it that way. And the ninth plague, because we figured out the 10th plague, all we got to do is make sure there's a ninth plague coming in here, and it's going to be Mars, and that there's nothing here between April 18th and Mars and Mercury to completely be in sync and have exactly 10 plagues, just like Israel. So we're going to go and see 229, and there's Mars coming in. There's Mars, right? He's gonna go in there, and the wrath is accomplished, and nothing's gonna enter Aquarius by the time April 18th comes in. And that's the final one where the firstborn die. And you can look at the scriptures and, tie in, 10:4 over here, the locusts. Look, we did the locusts. So all this kind of scriptures are kind of here for you to kind of match 10:21 and all that. And you can take your time and look at the chart and and see and read it a little closer if you're curious. By all means, pause the video, do whatever you need to. And the 3 days of darkness, they have that plague as well. And that's just noteworthy. Not that it happens for 3 days before the coming of God, but that they do have it, and it's the last plague before the coming of Christ. I mean, the Exodus, which is going to parallel like the coming of Christ. That day of first fruits. Just to clarify that thought, it's 3 days of darkness. It's the last plague. So there's a lot of mirrors here. It's incredible mirroring. It's beyond, happenstance here. This is like, if you can't see prophetic at this point, if you can't see how all of these intrinsically move our idea of this is absolutely prophetic and so many levels to find this exact same storyline over here with the sign of the comforter, the count, the end date, and all of our 7 plagues here exactly lining up with the exact 180-day count, all first fruits here first fruits here using that same count. It's epic. And then, of course, tying in our Jesus astronomy and finding out how that gave us all this to line up. When Luke gave us this information, it was easy to calculate this, and we start seeing this magical thing on first fruits. And everything that they tell us over here lines up, when we see first fruits, because we know that's when Jesus was resurrected, and we know when he was, when he died, and the star signs are absolutely true. The darkening of the skies. That's why they included it. It's just prophetically God's telling us to look up. Our redemption draws near. Now, I think that's the wrap on sort of like all the sort of star stuff, and why it was important to kind of see that relation is sort of like this whole sort of hidden Easter egg that was hidden in time for us to find. Yes, I know Easter is actually pagan. You know what I sort of mean in the common English parlance sort of mindset. But anyways,